Everybody, this is Chloe Hudson with World Peace Projects. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm teaming up with Jupiter Soundscape to offer you an advanced matrix decoding course. This is a level upgrade from the first course we taught about a year ago. It's a 6-week course that will be held on Zoom starting January 2nd through February 6th. Classes will be every Saturday at 10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. The cost of this course is $285. Now, many of us see that the controllers are imposing a widespread mind control campaign across the globe. What once used to be a subtle dark art has escalated rampantly into a technological takeover. Everyone and everything has been affected by this. And in this course, you will learn or expand on your ability to deprogram the entrainment that you have been born into in this lifetime. This is the work that begins to give you back your autonomy and your true power. This work is not for the faint of heart. It is provocative and highly informative, also extremely empowering. This work requires a willingness for us to take a level of responsibility that we may have not known is presented upon us before. And this information is one huge reason why we are not truly free. Cognitive dissonance is rampant on this planet. And cognitive dissonance is one thing that keeps us completely out of awareness of what's been going on. You deserve to know the truth. And the only thing that will set your spirit free is your ability to know what is actually happening. So I invite all of the spiritual warriors to mount up and join me in this 6-week provocative and empowering course. In week 1, we're going to look at such topics around the spirit origins and how I know that to be. We're going to talk about understandings of soul consciousness and what does that mean for you? What's the difference between your soul consciousness, your spirit, and your human? We will dive into some understandings around the demiurge. And I would like to present some of the information that Lauda and George Leon have brought about the Trinity systems and how they are moving into place. What is red shift, blue shift? How does that affect you? We will also communicate around particle Earth and wave Earth. In week 2, I'm super excited to present information around Tiamat and Apsu. Let's look at the creation stories and how that fracturing ultimately mirrors us in our experience in our everyday life. We'll communicate about the polarity and the allegory of deities in now time and in our history. We have to look at light versus dark psyops. And of course, spirit truth is the ultimate. We'll talk about the fall and how important that has been for us. And angels and demons are always something that is great to understand and how that affects us and behind the veil of our everyday life. Week 3 is a special class that will be open to more people. It's a revealment of the times. So in real time, we'll be looking at the interdimensional genetics and how the controllers are working to invert that. We're going to communicate on the Great Reset that many of the world leaders have finally been speaking on. We absolutely will cover such issues as Agenda 2130. We're going to talk about Enlil, Enki, and Ninmah and why they're very important to have a grasp on. I want to communicate a bit about the dome and the shift of the consciousness in now time. In week 4, we'll go into some of the understandings about the entrainment around the mental constrictions. We'll speak about handling in certain covert groupings and how that has affected many people who usually are not even aware of it. We'll talk about the 6-loop system and what that means. Memory swipe technology is extremely pivotal to understand when you're diving into this type of awareness. I would like to effort to prove the hallucination to you of this matrix reality opposed to an organic one. And if we're speaking on the matrix, we absolutely have to speak on the Red Queen. Who is that and how does it affect us? Ultimately, we desire sovereignty. And in this space and time, do we truly have free will? In week 5, we're going to look at some of the interdimensional groupings, such as the Drakh. I want to talk about their puppeteering and the 2 hearts linked to that. We'll definitely be talking on the reptilians. They're notorious for making their self known. We'll communicate about New Earth and also how Borg life has affected that and the plug-in that's being experienced. Hybridization is a very large issue and something that we should communicate about. And also how the Sky Wars have affected our history and who are the Orion grouping. In week 6, we'll wrap this course up by communicating around the Celestials. Who are the primes? What does it mean to be a real? What is a non-player character in the backdrops? And how do you interact with these characters every day, all day? Ultimately, spirit is our focal point. So we'll dive into that topic much more thoroughly. I want to communicate about this massive end of a cycle and how we can assist ourselves to activate our genetic coding. Consciousness transfer is something that everybody has been experiencing to some extent. So we need to understand this. And what are the background programs that are running through the matrix so we can start to hone in and register what we're experiencing. And if that's our truth or if that's some added program that we're simply communicating or moving through. I would love for you to join me in this very provocative and empowering course starting on January 2nd. Again, the price is $285. If your Advanced Matrix Decoding course is also the final prerequisite required for my upcoming 12-week Intuitive Soul Advancement certification. If you would like to join us for that, I will be posting a separate video around the certification for practitioners. I hope you join us. If you're interested in joining a wonderful group on Zoom, please feel free to sign up at worldpeaceprojects.global. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye, guys.